As the last bit of sun dipped below the hills, and the world turned a soft, sleepy blue, a special market began to shimmer into view. It was the Moonbeam Market, a place that only appeared when the stars started to twinkle, and it was held on a soft, fluffy cloud that drifted just above your rooftop. The market's keeper was Merchant Moon, a kind, round-faced man whose silver cloak glowed gently with a light all its own. He would float between the stalls, not to sell things, but to make sure every dreamy wish was heard. "Good evening, little one," he'd whisper in a voice like a distant bell. "What are you searching for tonight?" The first stall shimmered with a lovely pink light, tended by vendor Venus. Her table was covered in bottles of all shapes and sizes, each one filled with swirling, sparkling stardust. One bottle held the sound of a kitten's purr, another the feeling of a warm hug, and a very special one contained the giggles from a happy day. She would carefully pour a little into a tiny pouch for anyone who needed an extra sprinkle of joy. A little further on, Seller Saturn stood behind a wonderful display. He wore a great cozy hat and had a long twirly mustache that curled at the ends. On his table sat the most beautiful dreams, each one resting under a tiny glass dome. There were dreams of flying over rainbow mountains, dreams of sailing on lemonade seas, and the most popular one, a dream of cuddling a friendly fluffy cloud badger. A small child, still awake and watching from their window, saw the market glowing. They made a wish on the first star they saw, a wish for a peaceful night. Merchant Moon heard the gentle whisper of the wish and gave a slow, knowing nod. He floated over to vendor Venus, who handed him a tiny silvery pouch that chimed softly. Then Merchant Moon glided to Seller Saturn, who tipped his big hat and carefully chose a dream from the very center of his collection. It was a dream of floating in a quiet boat on a still, starry lake. Merchant Moon gathered these gifts and sent them drifting down, down, down on a single moonbeam that landed right on the child's windowsill. The silvery pouch spilled its stardust, filling the room with a sense of warmth and safety. The dream, light as a feather, settled under the child's pillow, waiting for them to fall asleep. The child's eyelids began to feel heavy, as cozy as a blanket fresh from the dryer. Vendor Venus began to put her bottles away, their lights winking out one by one. Seller Saturn placed a last cloth over his dream domes, and his twirly mustache drooped a little as he yawned a peaceful ringed yawn. Merchant Moon gave a final soft wave to the sleeping world below. The cloud of the Moonbeam Market itself began to drift higher, growing fainter and fainter, becoming part of the gentle night sky. The market was closing, its magic done for another night, leaving behind only a trail of shimmering stardust and the softest of silences. So now, as you rest your head on your pillow, know that the market is there for you too. Merchant Moon is listening for your quiet breath, vendor Venus is choosing a sprinkle of sweetness, and Seller Saturn is finding your perfect dream. Let your eyes grow heavy, and let the peaceful silence carry you away to that quiet boat on the starry lake, floating gently into a deep and wonderful sleep.